Welcome back to another episode of Brotato. Our luck has not been that great as of late, but we're hoping to turn this around this time around. Let's see, what do we go for? Who haven't we done in a wee while? Why don't we try out our gladiator? Every unique melee weapon. How many melee weapons of the same type are there? Like, we could go for primitive, which gives us the bonus. Gives us extra melee damage. We obviously get more attack speed, less luck though, so we don't get that many good items. Crazy was fun with the crit chance that we were trying to go for. Still not too sure that it was good enough. Well-rounded, chunky. I really want to try the old character again. Maybe instead of going for mechanics-based weapons, we instead go for close-ranged shotgun maybe? I don't know. Are we going for this instead of anything else? This seems to be pretty good. The shotgun's quite good with regards to my mobility there to move around the map. Of course, our movement speed is very slow, but other than that, we do a lot of damage. Now, of course, if we cluster them like this, we can get a few good shots in. There we go. And get as many resources as we can possibly get. They're almost 60. That's a very, very good start. Luck early on can be quite useful too. I don't hate a scared sausage there if we went for a bit of elemental damage. Why don't we give that a go? Maybe elemental damage is what we want to do. We'll lock another shotgun and we'll see how our double shotgun build works for us right now. There we go. As we can see to begin with, it's working pretty well, and the 25% chance to cause elemental damage there, as we can see on some of those back enemies. Let's see, can we get one just to prove it? It's not a guaranteed chance, is it? There we go. That enemy was burning, and we did manage to take him out as a result. No items from that. That's what the luck is for, but it didn't pan off this time, or pan out, I suppose. Let's go range damage. Let's go elemental damage. Let's go that one. More elemental damage. We'll lock for that. And extra speed at the cost of our luck, I think, is worth it. I think low speed can be very, very detrimental with our old character here. So a bit of speed, a bit of elemental damage, then we burn for even more. That means that we want those, high rate of fire there, of course, alongside just our regular range damage. It's a mixture, of course. That depends on whether we stick with this long term, or whether we look to switch out from shotguns to something else. As it stands, though, I'm pretty happy with our ability to take out our enemies. Ooh, any chance we can kill you? I know it's going to be very late. No, okay. I don't know why you spawned with 3 seconds left. I suppose they really want you to just to have absolutely fantastic damage by that point in time. 2% lifesteal, slow down enemies. We go for the toxic sludge, elemental damage of course. Some lifesteal. Let's go for some lifesteal. I think that's worth it. We reroll once. Burning spreads. I love it. Dynamite could be interesting depending on what we go for, but I think right now we can skip that. We do have our third shotgun of course, which means a lot greater rate of fire, also more projectiles on the screen and piercing through more, which means that we can kill them faster and also apply more of our burning that we just saw there. And more sausages that we get, the better off we'll be here too, because of course the sausages increase our chance of inflicting elemental burn damage from 25% to for an additional 25% each subsequent one that we pick up, of course. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I said it that way. It made it sound a lot more confusing than it had to be. There we go. We did manage to get our tree. Meant that we missed out on some of our wave, but I think that was fine. Let's go for the elemental. We're going all in here. I don't know if I'd really recommend this, but it seems fun. Now, speaking of which, SMG seems pretty good. Actually, a knockback. I know that we skipped one beforehand, but I'm realizing now that the knockback in a situation like this is pretty good there with regards to keeping enemies at bay, especially if we end up getting another high rate of fire weapon like a minigun. Even just having 3 knockback can really keep enemies, from basically running into you and dealing damage to you. I guess that's pretty much all that we want to be talking about, isn't it, right now? Okay, here we go. Apologies, my brain is a little bit mushed. I know that some of the sentences that I'm throwing out here are not necessarily coherent. We did just come off of a 5-hour Divinity stream, which was actually a lot of fun. We're having a great time with that game as of late, and I think we're going to be playing a lot more of it. We managed to reach up to the ship after the first island there, if that makes sense, which is still quite a bit of content that we've managed to get through so far. Now we go 1, 2, reroll, more of that, and honestly, more speed for less luck. Let's save it. Let's lock our shop, excuse me, not shock. Two very different things. And I guess we are technically going for a shock build, aren't we, with the elemental damage. I would be interested to see if we can change the type of elemental damage there later on in a update down the track. I'm not too sure how frequently this game gets updated, if I'm being honest, but even the content that is here currently is more than enough to keep me busy and entertained. Now we just keep our distance from the projectiles, of course. As we can see, the burning is happening pretty frequently, so we don't have too much to worry about there. Go in towards the masses, pick up all the resources. Oh, careful. 2 trees over here. Any items for it? No, no such luck. There we go. 150 credits though from that wave. Very nice. Extra elemental damage, also nice. And I tell you what there, we would like some armor. So we're going to go for the sludge, the SMG. We will go for this. We locked it. Why not? Another SMG, we'll save that one. And speed and engineering, no thank you on that compass. So SMG will be our next pickup. Maybe we combine the shotguns and instead go for lots and lots of SMGs. I know that I have too much of a relationship with the SMGs. You know, I take it whenever I see them. Maybe they're not as good as they are, and maybe that's what's holding me back. But I'm also going to take more again, so I can't be stopped. I've got a fever, and the only medicine is more cowbell. No, not cowbell. You know what I'm talking about. More SMGs. More smidges. Alright, do we have our guy that runs around with lots of materials on his back? Not yet, but maybe we'll run into him shortly. Damage coming in here. SMG's doing great work. Shotgun's doing okay. Upgrading the shotguns means quite a bit more damage output as well, so I think that's well worth, you know, or a good reason to justify merging them. Range damage also great. Armor while standing still. See, I don't think that's worth it. I think we go here. We re-roll. We go for a coupon. It's still early enough to matter. Extra harvesting and fewer enemies. Not terrible. In fact, I'll lock it once. Elemental damage. Elemental damage. There we go. So we really are going heavy on that. Now we need to find more of our sausages there so that we can inflict even more or have a higher chance of happening it early. Although to be fair, with the amount of shots that we're putting down range, it doesn't really matter too much because we're going to be guaranteed to set them on fire anyway, just with the sheer number of projectiles. So I think what we've got working is absolutely fine. The spreading of the projectile or the burn there is actually quite nice. I do like that as a modifier, so the snake is very good. But maybe now we just want to increase our survivability a little bit. And our raw damage would be quite good too, if we can upgrade our range damage modifier. Okay, good dodging there at least. 3 items is very lucky for this stage of the game as well, especially with our luck stat being what it is. I.e. not all that impressive. We should be able to get you out, there we go. Lots of materials from you. And we pretty much cleared out the entire wave. Pretty comfortably there. 200 credits, 3 items, we'll take a turret for free, extra pickup range and extra speed, why not? Okay, we did talk about how the extra range damage would make a huge difference here. So let us actually buy this shotgun into the campfire, although I guess I should have bought the harvesting earlier, because that would technically be another 5 times 11 waves, 55 extra credits that we would have got. But then again, I think we more care about the fewer enemies on the screen, so I think we still do lock that. We do now have a purple shotgun, which as we can see when it does fire it hits and does big damage. Here is our economy wave. Big money should be made here. We'll keep an eye out for our trees, just like that one down there, and no items just yet, but that's okay. Pickup range is certainly a nice addition too, especially with our character with, well, almost normal speed now I think. After all of those, what was it, the scared onions that I kept picking up and buying and getting from items, and yeah, every source of them was actually very, very nice and helped us out a great deal. Now I feel like I have an appreciable chance here to maybe dodge some of our enemies as they come hurtling towards us. Another tree over here, no item, that's fine. Well, it's not really, but I'll deal with it. Okay, good movement. Our max HP still puts us in a pretty sticky situation. But look at that, another great round in terms of materials earned. 356. And we'll go for the max HP now. Now, speaking of which, more elemental damage. We'll go here, here. Explosion damage doesn't work for the build that we're going for. We'll skip that. More trees, another SMG. Combine. Oh, we can't quite afford both, can we? I think what we do is we recycle this and now we can afford both. Now, you may disagree with me, but I'm going for that SMG build. Attack speed and a bit of range. for 1 less armor. You know what, I'll lock it and we'll see whether we want it next turn. Now again, the SMG damage is doing pretty well here already. And I think getting rid of a basic shotgun for a blue SMG seems like a pretty good trade there, because if we wanted to merge this shotgun with our purple shotgun, we would have needed to find, in this order, a common shotgun, basically a grey shotgun, and a blue shotgun afterwards there, buy them both, and then we'd be able to merge the other one. Whereas with this one, we've got far more SMGs almost ready to basically be used as an upgrade target. Any items there? No bueno. Movement's still going pretty well, 29 max HP. Our armor is maybe a little bit weak, but I'm sure we'll be able to make the most of it. Keep going for all of our resources here. Use our pickup bonus that we've got to get as many as we can. Keep an eye on the attacks there. And we have a tree there, nothing else. We actually haven't needed our HP whatsoever, have we, just yet? Famous last words? No, look at that, a clean wave. Lovely. Free reroll, actually huge. Luck, HP regen. We'll go for the luck. A bit of luck here, never hurt anyone. Okay, fertilizer is great. We gotta go for the alien baby here, right? The max HP, it's basically a 50-60% bonus on what we had beforehand. We reroll for free. Okay, we lock the minigun. I think we take the double barrel shotgun. Now we maybe combine both of these to make a blue. And then we can combine 2 of these to make a purple and then take the minigun as well. We'll see. We will see. Extra dodge is good, but we're already in the negatives with dodge. I think we're going to be good for armor over dodge in this case. Now we want to stay next to our very strong units like that one right there. The closer we are to them, the more likely that our shots are going to ring true and deal lots of damage to them. And we don't want them to pick up speed there, of course, because that's when they're really tricky to deal with. So get in nice and close, take them out early, and then you don't have to worry about their hyper speed movement that can happen later on. The knockback also, I do have to say, is doing a very good job there of keeping them at bay, to then allow the elemental damage to keep burning them as well. So all in all, going pretty well in my experience. Maybe we leant a little bit too far into the elemental side of things there. I wouldn't be surprised if that is indeed the case, but also I think it can be very useful as well. It's a bit of a mixed bag there, isn't it? Now, if we can get this guy, that would be great. We obviously want to pick up all these resources, and there we go. Oh, careful, careful. There we go. Get as much as we can, get the item as well. 260 credits to end with. And you know what? 30% experience gain there. I think it's still early enough for that to make a difference. We reroll once more. Speed or damage? Let's go for a bit more speed. Bring us into the positives. So, what are we going towards? Well, we combine these, we buy this. We lock this. I don't think we care about standing still. The Wandering Bot is interesting. I don't know. We'll reroll Baby with a Beard. It's not horrible, but again, I don't think it's that useful. I think we just save for the minigun now. 132 credits plus whatever we get for this round should hopefully be enough for that minigun. And I am glad that I picked up the coupon earlier on, because that coupon might have made that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, we probably saved a good 100 credits or so with everything that we've bought in the shop so far, because the coupon, reduces the price by 7% or 5% or something, so it's not giant. And I've never had more than like 2 or 3 coupons at one point in time, so I've never had things in the shop like 50% price, but that would be awesome if I could get to that at some point. It seems like it's pretty rare to get that many out, although I think there is a limit there which basically limits it to, I don't actually know, is it 7 of them? I don't know. We'll have to see if we find another one here soon, or at the end of the wave, if we can view our other one. These enemies are getting pretty strong here actually. We're going to run through to pick up the resources. Then we'll go for this tree. More trees over here to the right, so I'm loving how many trees we're getting spawned here. Okay, we're just going to stay around here. And again, our SMGs are good, but not great. So, missile, yeah, I'll take the extra damage, and I'll definitely take the max HP, even though you get more movement speed as a result. I guess I've got to go for the red one there, right, surely? Range, dodge, max HP. I mean, let's go for the max HP. Let's combine our SMG, take the minigun. Let's reroll for free. Shuriken's not bad, but I think we got to save for the scope there, right? And minus 2% damage for 10% attack speed. That's good. I'll take that. Our attack speed goes back into the positives there. Purple minigun. We got some more heavy weapons. That would be very nice. But I think the minigun's going to be a huge upgrade here too. I think it's doing 4 damage per shot with the minigun, which is pretty significant. as we can see, this increased rate of fire here certainly helping out a great deal too. Miniature amounts of knockback, obviously not keeping them at bay, but it's still slowing them down there. And if we get to a stage where there are lots of tanky units there, which take a lot of shots to take out, then the minigun will certainly slowly push them back, which might buy us enough time to be able to get a little bit of a breakthrough situation happening. Like this guy, for example, didn't really get knocked back at all. I think some of the bigger units can't really. The ones that seem to be bipedal. I mean, they technically are bipedal if we look at their feet, like the slime guy. I don't want to lose my life here trying to figure out the anatomy of these aliens here, but they seem to be walking on 2 legs. Even if those 2 legs are kind of jelly-like and kind of firmly attached to the ground. No, it depends on what you consider to be legs, I guess. We're going in, pick up all the resources. That was a calculated risk. But man, am I bad at math. No, it was fine. It was fine. Honestly, I think we recycled the metal detector. Armor is good, attack speed is good. We go for the armor here. Projectiles pierce through 1 more. Huge. We take this, we lock this. Nothing else appeals to me. Reroll for free. Extra piercing damage. Well, I mean, we've got piercing shots now, so that's good. My one gripe, my one concern that I'm not too sure with how this works with piercing rounds. Oh, it looks like piercing rounds still get the knockback applied. Okay, so even though the bullets are going through those enemies, you can see those enemies are getting pushed back a little bit with the shots there. So that means doubling up the effectiveness in a roundabout way of the knockback as well, because not only is the first row of enemies, the first enemy to get hit, affected by the knockback, and by the potential to apply the burning with the elemental damage with our scared sausage, we also have the ability to knock back the second enemy as well there. So all things considered, that piercing one was a great one. I never actually considered the benefit of the, what is it, the piercing red bandana, whatever it is, but it seems like in this case it's going to be helping out a great deal. Our damage has certainly been increased as a result. I'm taking way too much damage here. But now we just go through and pick up all the resources, go through the masses. Here we go. Beautiful. Nose. I like a nose. Regular pistol, no thank you. I think we go scope. Is that our second pumpkin? Or did we lock it last time? Ah, okay, never mind. Fist, little frog, luck and elemental. Reroll once more. Ooh, the alien baby again though. That does mean the enemies are very, very fast. Because we've already got 2 alien babies, so we've upped the enemy speed. But then again, maybe the knockback. Maybe the knockback means that it's all worth it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll soon find out, I suppose. At this stage, we're doing very well to clear out these waves of enemies. We could certainly use some extra damage, and I think this is a situation where lifesteal would be even more beneficial than our HP regen, but we've still got, I want to say 15 HP regen, I think, when I last saw it. So that's like 1.5 HP regen every second, I think, is how that modifier works. I would say that with the sheer amount of shots being put down range, though, we probably want to be looking at our lifesteal as our next kind of stat of choice, you know, alongside our damage and everything else that of course we want to upgrade to. There's a lot that we'd like, is basically what that boils down to, which I think can be pretty synonymous or pretty applicable to almost any run that we are going through. Okay, good resource in the middle, go pick it all up, a tree across here, any items, no such luck. There we go. Get everyone that we can. An extra knockback is actually huge once again. We reroll here. Our luck's at 17, come on now. There we go. Extra attack speed. Oh, I think we need the damage. I mean, this is great. Oh, we got 12. No, we go for the reflexes here for sure. Alien baby, we're gonna do it. We're gonna reroll here. Power generator. Okay. Extra damage for speed. So now speed and damage go very nice. Ooh, piercing damage again. More pumpkin. I love it. We're getting a lot of nice solid upgrades here. Not so much with regards to where our weapons are concerned, like our weapon damage and our weapons are still pretty basic in nature. Like no purples, few purples, not many reds. No reds actually, in fact. But I think, you know, give it some time, give it a couple more waves, assuming that we survive until then, and we might be in a good position where that is concerned as well. You know, sometimes you just need the luck to go your way. It's not always going to, but when it does, you hope to make the most out of that luck. And I would say that we were pretty lucky to find this minigun when we did as well, and to find as many knockback type weapons or upgrades as we did, which as we can see is keeping it a little bit clear for us. We keep dipping, ducking, dodging, diving and weaving, all the above and more, and then sometimes rinse and repeat. Enemies getting a little bit sketchy. We have to keep kind of circling to be safe. I want to go in a little bit to pick up some of the resources. There we go. 350 thereabouts. Dodge while standing still. I mean, we're not going to be standing still. Ooh. Minus 10% enemies is quite good. I think we go for this. We do lose damage, but I think it's worth it. We go for our pumpkin. We lock the power generator. We reroll. Speed is pretty good. Do we have any crit chance? No. So this is just a net positive. And more speed for us is good because then it benefits with the power generator. It kind of combos a wee bit there. And we can see how much the knockback is working for us now. We can basically shove these and bully these guys into the corners. And we still want to take out the ones that kind of buff them up, of course, the little brain looking dudes. These two are getting absolutely bullied. Okay, we want to bully the red dude as well. So this is where the high knockback, high rate of fire certainly helps. But as we can see, the damage there, when we do have red enemies like that, it still can be pretty tricky to do enough to actually kill them though. Like we're just focusing fire on that guy and we only just managed to finish him off there. Let's go for some of our turrets. And then go for our 2 red enemies here. I would say without the knockback, we would probably be dying on this wave. Okay, keep going in here. Make a bit of a path. Go for the masses once again. Pick up all the resources. Run through. I mean, we made it, and we made it without really so much as a scratch there, except for what we probably self-inflicted right at the end. And elemental damage. I think it's still worth it. Ooh, another scope as well. Now, we don't have that much money with us here. So what do we go for? This is a plus 7% damage modifier, which is not great because then it also reduces. Okay, I think we skip this. We say no, we can't justify that. We go for the range damage. I think we skip all of this. We re-roll. Wisdom is great. Wisdom is worth going for. We lock that. We want to pick that up next turn. Very, very nice. Because of course the earlier waves, oh my god, okay, we got to remember these enemies are fast. And even with our knockback, it's not going to be enough to keep them at bay. And we might just die here. Give me that tree, give me as many HP regenerations as we can. And run lost. Okay, what did we need there? We needed far more lifesteal to make that one possible. Clearly wasn't to be this time around. You know what? This time, it's personal. We're going for Saver. We're going to be greedy. We're going to try and stack up as much as we can. Let's try a Lightning Shiv. Maybe that's what we need to do for an elemental type run here. So as we can see, we hit one and then it shivs across to somebody else. And I've never really gone for a full Shiv build. Now what happens if we get multiple enemies? Does it shift multiple times? I couldn't actually see that time. Give me this tree. Yes, there we go. Okay, was it worth it? I genuinely don't know. Harvesting, great. Precise. We'll just get the crit chance to start with. But I would say that we want to go for this, and this is based on our melee damage, but then the other damage is based on the elemental. Okay, we lock. There we go. Alright, so what are we hoping for? Probably just more precise weapons. Melee damage plus elemental, I think, are the go-to. Are there really any items that kind of benefit both of those there? I believe there are. Attack damage or melee damage plus elemental, I'm pretty sure. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I seem to recall there are options along that path. Extra harvesting. I think we're early enough that harvesting is good enough. And this doesn't really appeal too much. We'll just go for the attack speed. Okay, we buy this first into this. Already saved a little bit there. Reroll again. Sword, no thank you. One more reroll, more trees spawning sounds good. Although, to be fair, the melee damage and the experience gain here, this is early enough where the black belt will certainly help. Whether or not we can afford this at the end of the wave is still yet to be seen. I'm going to suggest that it's probably not going to be possible. So maybe we wait an extra turn on it, but we'll see. Maybe we get lucky. Or make our own luck. Okay, the zapping is doing nicely. Not our saving grace by any stretch of the imagination, but still doing good work. 76 credits, we definitely can't afford it. Let's go for more harvesting, early enough. We go for the shuriken, we lock, we reroll once, twice, and we save. We should have enough to be able to make it through this time. And I do remember that this is where some of the cluster waves begin. If we just run straight through, do some damage there, we should get enough, what was it, 110 credits needed to get through, or to get that item. Thus far, we've almost made it already, so I think that bodes well for the rest of this run. Okay, is this the one where that resource giving guy there spawns right at the very end? Or is that later on? Let's keep going for the masses here. 3 seconds left. Go for you guys. There we go. 161 credits, plenty. Elemental damage. If we're going for our lightning shivs, this is what we go for. Reroll once, and I mean, taser's not too bad. We can do better though. Now the issue is with the lightning shiv, we do have to be up close and personal for it to zap. But then when it does, the elemental damage will certainly work nicely. Good stuff. Trees stand no chance at the moment. Oh, careful, careful. We actually managed to make it to wave 18 very quickly in our last run, didn't we? Quite surprising. And I know that a lot of it's time gated there, so it's not like we can make that, you know, you can't speedrun and find glitches there. I mean, maybe you could, but it's not like we can walk to that area. Like that was just, we didn't take too long in our shops there, I think. 15 luck, I'll take that. Extra harvesting, we're early enough. We'll take the toxic sludge. We will re-roll. One more time. Okay, another lightning shiv. We combine these, we go for another lightning shiv. Boiling water, elemental damage. I think that's worth it. Hitting an enemy spawns a lightning projectile that bounces 1 time and deals 12 damage. Oh, so it doesn't start causing the elemental damage, it just does an extra 12 damage, similar to how our shuriken bounces. Okay, I thought it was going to set them on fire. Maybe we need our scared sausage to do that one. But even so, we're doing some good damage with that elemental kind of lightning shiv pinging off to somebody else anyway. And it does bounce more times once we start merging that later on. Oh, please don't die this early. That would be disappointing. Give me this tree, give me some food. Thank you, although I didn't manage to pick it up. Okay, careful, careful. Another tree, another tree. There we go. Some more food over here to the right. Pick up all the resources. How well are we killing enemies? Not well enough. Oh, hang on. There's you. Oh, no, we can't go for that dude. We have to keep ourselves alive. We gotta level up. Oh, 3 armor is good though. That's huge. 20 materials when you pick up a crate. Worth it. Worth it. Reroll. Reroll. Ooh, alien baby. Another black belt though. Both of those. Missiles okay, but I think we can do better. I do love the extra levels up that we get though, in between each wave. Level ups are of course those stats that we get with no downsides whatsoever. There we go. And the lightning shivs do quite good work because obviously they do piercing damage in a short distance, but for waves like that, with clusters like that, oh careful, we're almost dead. We can do a decent amount of damage. We get some healing over here, we have a I'm going to end the episode on that very somber note. I was not expecting to lose that quickly. I'm going to record another episode straight after that though, and we're going to go give him absolute hell payback for that horrible set of runs. I mean, our first run did well, but this one was wave 7, disappointing. In any case, thank you all very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. If you did enjoy it, give us a like and a subscription, helped out a great deal. And I hope to see you in the next episode there. We also have our Twitch stream, of course, twitch.tv/Hindoya. Almost forgot it for some reason. Hope to see you there, but otherwise I'll see you in the next episode there, guys. Take care. Bye for now.